Elliott, what up, man? Had to come to your neck of the woods. This is like my hip-hop nerd, them head exploding. I got Elliott Wilson on my grandma's porch.
Mike, it's an honor to be here with you, man. It's your grandma's porch, man.
Yes,
Please explain the significance of this.
Life happened here. Like, this is, unless you was like Sleepy or Big Rob, like you was my homie or D, you couldn't even come inside. So if you hollered at me, we was hollering on the porch. This porch mean the world to me, because it's where, as kids, it was 10 of us in here in a day. So it'd be me and my 2 sisters who lived here every day. It'd be our cousin Marianne, who's like another sister, our 3 boy cousins, and then any number of us to have a friend or 2. You got some kids doing homework in the kitchen, some kids in the living room, and then some kids out here. So this porch for the older kids was what freedom was, because if you was now, she was on your ass. Betty wanted to know every assignment, every work, everything, and out here was where you got to kind of hang out. And this is where I did my first performances. In my mind, this was the Fresh Fest, this was the stage, and my audience was there. So, you know, the women in my life, and my mother and my grandmother, you know, God bless their souls, are like saints, in that they knew that there were things that as a young man I needed, and they knew that they weren't going to be here for me one day. We were made to be strong from a time we were very young, and I love my grandmother for that, and my mother, I miss her. You know, I really do, because
that's what makes you think about Motherless, man. Such a powerful song, man.
Absolute. That record was written with this porch, this yard, and this neighborhood in mind. You know, it was a little boy growing up here who would see his mom on the weekends because his grandma won't let him go to school. You know, it was in this front yard, understanding what it was to be on punishment for getting suspended. So you got to mow this motherfucker twice a day if you didn't get it right the first time.
My mama dead, my grandmama dead. To keep it honest, I get depressed and be feeling scared. You see, I won't prepare and never will be. To think about your destiny, sometimes it kill me.
Was it tough to record?
Oh man, I hadn't said my mama's dead ever until that day. That was me and Dion was in the studio, and
No ID?
Yeah, man, no idea. I was saying, yeah, no ID. He's like, man, you gotta go deep.
Just this morning I was smoking, spoke to both of them. I asked Betty for her prayers over my generation, and I asked Niece to keep me through my trials and tribulations. Death will come like thief in night and steal your joy away. Have you asking God why you forsake your boy today?
No ID came in the end and really pushed you.
Yeah, man, and I'm glad he did, because, you know, it forces you to go somewhere you had not been. I wanted to give people all of Michael, and not just, you know, one half of arguably one of the greatest rap groups ever, not just the prodigal child of Dungeon Family and Outkast, you know what I'm saying? Not just a member of the Crunk movie era with my man Tiff and Crush them, but just really as a total man.
Yeah.
You know, who I am before the eyes of the Lord.
Sweet, 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 Denise, sweet.
How old is your daughter now?
Your daughter's 25 years old. Woo! Remember this picture. Just cue in on that one. Remember that one. This is the year I told everybody I'm gonna be a rapper. It really was just you found what you was good at, whether it was skating or b-boying or writing, or you found something. And I found rap. I wanted to be a b-boy. I couldn't backspin and save my chubby ass life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, rap seemed to have a lot more longevity. For me, words just came easy, and I loved telling stories and things. So,
you remember like the first song or video that you loved? Like,
yeah, man, the first time I seen Running D and J in that all black, because my mom had been in New York, so I had pictures of when they saw when I'm looking, just like, oh shit, like this shit for real, like not it's for real like the music. Because before I'm listening to hip hop, I'm listening to Houdini, listening to Curse, I'm listening, but they dress like my mom, like they real fly, some player shit. You know what I'm saying? They them had all stars. I'm like, oh shit. And the rope, that was when I was just, I got to do this shit.
I read some statistics that say violence prone by just being born. I'm just supposed to kill 1 million people. Violence is mental and spiritual first and foremost before it is ever physical.
I still believe that to this day.
That was your fault?
Yeah, that's my fault. Michael Render, 17 years old, Frederick Douglass High School.
So Mike, where we at, baby?
You at Frederick Douglass High School. Woo! And it's high school my mother went to, high school I went to, high school my nieces, nephews went to. Hello. I'm back. They won't let me graduate. These broken chains represent breaking the bondage of slavery, especially through ignorance. And you used to come in here, and the first thing you saw was without struggle, there's no progress. Every single day, it was drilled in you. You're going to have to do it, the work. I grew up the what if Black Power worked scenario, but it wasn't a what if. It worked. Black Power doesn't mean perfect, doesn't mean everything is right, doesn't mean utopia, doesn't mean any of those things. It means that I have an opportunity. Every Atlanta mayor for the last 50 some odd years lives within 8 miles of where we stand. So how can I think I can't be mayor? I'm used to seeing Black people in power. Now this is beautiful because the library used to be on, I think, second. This is radically different from the one I used to study in. This is beautiful. So the library helped save me from myself.
Remember any memories of like specific like rap songs coming out at the time and you and your classmates enjoying those records?
Oh man, I remember when Eazy's album first dropped. I was in science class, I was in Ms. Wilder's class, and EPMD dropping was a big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't learn Spanish because of rap music. Like literally, man, if Miss Blaze, man, she, at some point she was just like, he's a smart kid, but he don't want to learn Spanish. I should have learned Spanish. But I learned a lot of Far Side, A-Ball, MJ. I looked up the Tribe, I looked up the Jungle Brothers, Poor Righteous Teachers. It was just like, man, like, there was just patterns and flows that weren't like our dialect here that interested me. So I was big on rap music in general, hip hop as a culture, and in particular, like East Coast lyricism had me like, man, I wanna see what kind of hybrid I can become trying to do this. And and influence me. Hopefully.
Remember the first time you really tried to write rhymes? And
oh man, I was what, 3rd, 4th grade. I am Sir Fresh, I am the best. I rock the party from east to west. Might make you mad, might make you sad. Well, when I rock the party, you will be glad. Something based straight off snatching, running D's. You know what I'm saying? It was just straight up, just all bravado attitude. So music, as I remember, is that way. I think that was Miss Winfrow's room. The brilliant part about this school, they knew every kid wasn't going to be, wanted to be a scholar. So when you came in as a suffrage, you 8th grade, they said, what are your interests? They said, test score, see what you're good at. I was inclined for art and music. And art and music was good if you were a smart kid, but you like to fight. But you got to be creative in here. So Mr. Murray, Miss Cleveland, Miss Renfro, these teachers fostered and made sure the kids went to college based on artistic merit. They prepared you for the real world in a different way that school hasn't in a long time. I don't believe you organize for people, you organize with people. So I have to organize with the people that organize, whether it's the coach that we just saw coming to the library or the principal herself. I'm called to organize with this school. And I understand I can't save every school. What I have to do is my little bit, you do your little bit, she do her little bit, he do his little bit, so none of us have to do a lot. So, my goal is just to be a part of the good coalition of Frederick Douglass Astro alumni that are always on call. And if I do my part, like my mother did her part, like my grandmother did her part, then this school will be what it's supposed to be for the generations to come.
Jewel runners, the product of many cruel summers. And the description was fitting, they say it's 2 gunners. Slap chickpeas out your cheek into your true hummers. Left the scene, the Hellcat scream, cause we don't do Hondas. But we do Benny Hondas, taking your baby mama. She hostage me in the Hummer, she kiss it to pay me homage. She work it like I deserve it, she move like the perfect pervert. They say Mississippi burning, I'm sipping, serve, eating sherbet.
Where we're at right now is Super Sound Studios. This used to be Silent Sound. It's where some of the biggest recorded. Whitney recorded, Mariah, that kind of shit. I tell my partner all the time, I'm proud of him. And I think, about T.I. For a kid who comes from Bankhead that way, to now be the owner of this and have a full staff doing their thing, man. Being in here was important to me recording this album because I wanted this studio to be on my album. I wanted to record in the room that I know this man loved me. That's my brother. So I know he want the best for me.
Hey, in the name of Jesus, the reaper, I serve him perfect. My guy higher than the skies, he fly over Earth's surface. Flying satellite height as I'm looking at Earth's circus. Keep your eyes on the prize and don't let the devil coerce you.
So you know what I worried about making this record? I really worried that Run the Jewels fans, because the album is so
is so Michael. I thought that they were gonna think that, oh shit, our groups broke up. 'Cause I know how that feels. Like,
Watch the world go to hell as I'm laughing, saying it's perfect. Catch me after Sunday service and serving the church's
the
workers.
video we shot was based on these wild house parties my mom used to throw. You know, my mom used to throw these parties where everybody was there. You know, her gay friend Chuck, who loved John of Summer, was dancing right next to her friend Arlene from South Carolina. Was there. So I, as a child, I didn't get a chance to develop certain prejudices in the same way because my mother had me around such a beautiful mix of human beings that were all artfully minded. You know what I'm saying? When she was young. Because again, I'm 10, she's 26.
Yeah.
So it was this song made me feel good. LP writing the treatment to the video made me feel good. Even though we just rapping, it's bars. Like it's that Run the Jewels shit of just kick ass, grab your dick, walk across stage like we the shit. But it really is a testament in terms of the theater and the theme of it, of don't let the devil coerce you. Means when you can finally afford everything you want, when you get the cars, you get the houses, all this shit, don't become so coerced in that fame that you forget the foundation. You know, I'm not going to let the success of Michael, the man, trump the one half of the group I am. And I don't mean Michael the man in terms of music. Like, you get out here, get to singing and dance, you do TV shows, you get to thinking I'm bigger and better than rap. No, I'm here because of hip hop.
Well,
I'm here because of Run the Jewels. I'm here because of this 20-year blessing I've had from God to be a part of this thing I love. And I won't let the devil coerce me into thinking negatively of it. I won't let the devil coerce me of being egotistical, to let fame make me succumb to my own ego. I won't do that. I'm gonna enjoy every minute of this shit.
Hello, my niggas. Hello, my niggas. Please keep it mellow, my niggas. Stop sipping yellow, my nigga. You itching and twitching and glitching, my nigga. Listen, my nigga.
Tell him, Mike, thank you, brother.
I love it.
Appreciate you, man. Get that Michael, man. Michael, one of the best albums of the year, man. You heard it.
Album of the year, you heard it.
Won't you help us so hard?